kids. So first, I'm going to show you oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. So I built out 3 of the lessons. Liat and I worked on these, and so we put them together in a roadmap. What a roadmap really is a visual sequential concept map. And so they are layered within. So these are 3 of the lessons. I'm going to click on lesson 1.1. And what happens, this is actually a teacher's roadmap, so it looks a little bit different. But if it were a student roadmap, there are instructions that can be read to the student, and I can launch here and it will open up. I'll show you the student version here in just a few minutes. But then here is your lesson 1.1. So what we've done with this lesson 1.1 is, first of all, we have your worksheet in here. We have the worksheet that could be used as a worksheet in any way that a student would want to. Well, I did have the worksheet in here. I can pull it up. That wasn't very smart of me, was it? I don't know exactly why it's not there right now, but let me show you it somewhere else. Here is who we are. This is the same thing as your worksheet, except it's on Collaborify Writer. So within Collaborify Writer, and these are more of the apps that I would prefer to use for students rather than a PDF or a worksheet. Within these within this app, students can click on the speaker and it will read the text to them.
So
it is important to me because
and then they could finish out that sentence, but the text can be read aloud to the students.
And this is really important for English language learners or for non-readers or students who may need some extra support.
So within here, students not only, and I'm sure you guys recognize this, right? Students not only can type within the roadmap, so they can actually answer because I love animals, right? Or they could answer by using a photo or video. So they can use a photo, they can use a video. Those pieces are what is going to wow you here. So looking at this, which is the roadmap here, I created something actually called a classroom gallery. So this is one document for one student that a teacher could send out. So we created like 3 different versions within one so that you could send the PDF if a teacher wanted to have them do the worksheet. The worksheet could be done on the roadmap, and they could put this Apple node on the other 2. So an Apple node removes or does not allow a student to see it. So if I uncheck it, then a student would be able to see it, and I could also check these 2 off, and then they would not be visible to a student.
Which is what we did with your guide, because for teachers who are maybe using your platform for the first time, they might need the instructions and the support that you're providing, but we don't want kids seeing that or being confused by it. So it's all there for the teacher.
Right. So here is the gallery. We kind of created a gallery with numbers. And so the kit, whoa, why would that do that? Like there's a couple different weird things that are happening right here. That should not happen. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to go back to this because I know that this one is what we've been working in.
In the meantime, I'm going to tell you a little bit. This is the student version, and you can kind of see how students can check mark and visually see what they've done and what they still have to do, how it's more of a linear flow for them, while the teacher version was a little bit more, gave you options and choices. This is much simpler for the students. And if Monique will click on one of the activities, you'll see what she meant with how it's reading the instructions.
Right.
And what's great about this map is that some activities are individual, like when the students are saying what's important to them, and they can do that solo or the worksheet. And then we also incorporated activities that kids can do together in groups or as the whole class, which is what Monique is going to show you, and it's going to blow your socks off.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure what is exactly happening with that other copy. Maybe it was an old copy that I had there. I'm sorry I opened that one, but I have multiple, and that's probably where I messed that one up. But here are the instructions for the students. I can click on the speaker.
Click the Launch Activity button below and complete the activity.
So here is the Launch Activity button. Students can also click the Complete button. As you can see, it changes color when it's done. But I can open this up. And what I did with these is create a gallery for my students. So my students could actually get to know each other online all together. So what they did was created, each one has their own little node, and then they put their pieces in, right? So if I click on this young lady, Olivia, and then all the kids that are in here can also see each other's stuff, right? So here is the first dog, Jose.
We have the cuteness of kittens right here. Here's one. And then here's the other three.
So they're
so adorable. Then there's Mom. The sister never comes out. I mean, the dad never comes out.
But they get to actually interact with their peers in this way and create videos of themselves and talking about all the things that are important to them rather than putting it on a piece of paper. I just think that if we have to be virtual, this is the way that we can be virtual. Here is a young man, Gavin. And Gavin has a cat, right? And a robotic spider. And some rollerblades. But it's amazing how these kids figure out very easily how to take these photographs and take these videos that showcase what they love, So it's really a cool app. I'm going to click on the next one that I have here too for third grade. These ones, it's just amazing how these kids really have taken this on and really made it their own. And one of our other teachers also has taken a little bit of this in, and so we were just cracking up watching some of her stuff too. I'll show you a few. Here's our friend Eli. He of course loves his P2 controller and his dirt bike and his dog. So I really think that these pieces that we're putting in there just really showcase having a relationship. We can have a relationship over in a virtual setting, right?
Hi, my name is McKenna Simpson, and I'm 8 years old. And this is a picture of my baby brother, and he is the love of my life, and I would die for him.
Just outrageous, some of the things that they come up with. And of course, who could not live without their phone, right?
So my next important item is, this one is very important to me because it is my phone. It helps me get through a lot. Like if I need help with something, I can always ask Google or Siri. And when, if my mom already left the house and I needed something, and I can always text my mom I love her and stuff like that. And that's it. Bye!
Yeah. And so I just to let you know, my school is a school of 100% free and reduced lunch. We are on the tip of Flint. I know that you guys probably have heard of Flint or know a little bit about our area. We're like, I think one of the the most dangerous cities in the United States, which is kind of sad because I don't really necessarily feel that, but that's what they say. And these kids have a pretty rough life, but they are really doing such great things here. This little guy, every day, this is one of the most amazing stories that I have about this one. This guy, every day, we do our Zoom meeting in the morning at 9 o'clock, and by 9:25, he has tears in his eyes. And I'm going, what? Why is this guy always upset and crying? He's always saying, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. Amazing enough, when he had something like this to do, he immediately knew how to do it. So here is a picture of him, and it's important because he is tall. But I mean, it's just amazing to me how, like, sometimes, you know, when kids aren't very motivated, but this wasn't a problem at all. He seemed to know how to figure out how to do this, even though we're using the same materials with education. And there's his Sonic and Knuckles, of course. You got to have Sonic and Knuckles. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple more just of Denise Galmore is a teacher that's in my school, and she has a very interesting classroom. And she said, gosh, I really need to build more relationships with my kids. And she's in a hybrid situation. So she only has like a small group of kids for 2 days a week, and then another group of kids for 2 days a week. So then they really don't know each other, but she wanted them to all be able to interact with one another as a class, because they only actually meet online all together on Fridays. So here's just a quick example of one of her kids, or a few of her kids, I should say. So here is Nathan, and when I play this one, you've got to notice the little girl in the background actually creating her video. It's really, really cute. So a lot of our students are special needs due to the water crisis and different, maybe, I don't know, other factors. But this little guy, he's got a pet rat, and that's a picture of his little pet rat. But he wanted to share something, and so this is something where he created his own page 4 down at the bottom. This was originally only 3 pages, but he wanted to show more. So here he is.
Is it recorded? Is it recorded? Is it recorded? Yeah. My second item is school. Look at this. That's how I.
See the little girl in the background? But it's just so funny to me to like actually see them just working so hard at this, right? They're really thinking about, what am I good at? What do I love? What's important to me? And then you can see our little friend Haley. I'll let you see her real dance. But it was so cute to me today when I noticed that. She does.
Yeah, that was just practice.
I know. So you can see the power in that whole piece, that power in the fact that these students are able to take a lesson that was meant to be done face to face and make it happen virtually, and to be able to make connections with their classmates in that way. And as you can see, this was my lesson plan today. Today we did the who we are in there. They were finishing up some of their pieces because they were still creating those collage pieces in that, and the commonalities game. So Liat has a little part that she's going to show about the commonalities game, and that would be our lesson 1.2.
I just want to mention very quickly before, when we were talking about building a community, not only will they be able to share things, this platform is called Collaborify platform because we can collaborate on it. So the kids could actually comment on each other's videos. A teacher can leave a message or a short video to her students. So it's interactive. It's not just putting it out there and watching the gallery. It's an interactive gallery. And with the game, again, the kids can work together in groups this time. And using the phone feature that you can see here on the top, they can collaborate and talk via IP. Am I saying it right?
Voice
over IP.
Yep.
VoIP.
Voice over IP, sorry. They can talk over voice over IP and talk to each other and collaborate on the computer.
Do you want me to stop my share and then you can share?
Sure. I pulled out the video instead of the map, but so I hope it's gonna translate. There we go. So as you can see here, I'm gonna narrate it. This is me and a colleague, and we're using the phone feature. As you can see, I'm clicking on it, and it's gonna turn blue to indicate that we are both on the conversation. And you can also see on the eyeball at the top too, that's because we're both on the map working together. And then if I fast forward a little bit, we read the instructions, and then we started playing the commonality games, and this is a good way to connect, and we talked, and we had a good time doing it. I don't know if you can hear the audio.
We don't have it, so like,
It's okay.
just make it red.
Oh. So here we are using the tools. For example, if we didn't have something in common, you have the pencil tool when we doodle, and kids can use it for writing or drawing. We have the highlighter. All of these are available in all the different colors. And there is T for typing, so you can also type answers. And the trusty eraser if you make a mistake. So it's great for annotating or working on the worksheets that you provide students in your lesson plans. So kids can actually do the worksheets and interact with them, and a teacher can later pop in and see their work and leave comments for them. But they can also use it to play a game. And this is us playing and finding out we have a lot more in common than we anticipated. We actually anticipated 0%. I think we hit about 20. So we both like ice cream.
That was all you guys had?
So, what TV character would you like to meet?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually know any TV characters.
That you like to meet, or in general?
Just like in general, I don't know any.
So we learned that Manisha doesn't watch TV.
Because she's always busy doing things for us, right?
Okay.
I have a couple more things that I was going to show. So here is that PDF, just so that you guys can see that. These are Denise's students. You can see this one obviously did a great job on the other, but not so well on the PDF, right? Let's see what we've got
Lydic is
here.
moving through the different students now.
Yeah, this is in a, like a teacher view for a teacher to be able to look through the PDFs. But this one is another student that's in Denise's room. And you can see, like, as far as, I mean, there's a big difference between being able to actually give a video and be able to express yourself than the drawings in these students. I think it made a huge difference, them being able to actually do it. So she was doing kind of a little bit of an experiment, Denise was. She wanted to see how well her students would do in one or the other. And so I haven't really looked through these yet, but I was wondering how they did.
Monique, will you please show the tools that are available for the PDF?
Sure.
So typically in education,
wow.
typically
look
in
at that one.
education, we teachers look at a worksheet or a ditto and we think, gosh, they are just two-dimensional, and we know that children don't really retain a lot. We think of Bloom's taxonomy. But when we look at these worksheets, they are able to really not only interact with the worksheet, with the tools Monique and Liat are going to be sharing, but they have the opportunity to collaborate with a friend via the phone feature, or interact with a friend or an elbow partner or a cooperative group with the tools that they're about to share as well.
So right here, you can see the tool down here. Just like a student can write on this document, a teacher could write back to them. I will do this one here, but you can see I'm just drawing a little stick figure here. But here is a texting feature, so they can type anything, but also they can change their color to any color that they would like. I don't know.
Ice cream.
Ice cream? Okay.
I was actually thinking you were doing a portrait of Adam.
Oh, no. No. No, not today. And then here is a highlighting tool, so they can highlight also text. And all of these can be changed. So like one of the teachers that we've worked with before, that's an ELL instructor, what she does is she'll meet all the students on one map. So there'll be 4 of them on a map, but each kid has a color. So each student has a color, and when they're working collaboratively, each color represents that student's work. So that really is powerful in a way too, to allow them to be able to work on the same document, even if it is like in a worksheet format. They could do that. I better erase that. Don't want any child going back going, who was in my paper?
But that's really
They would see it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks so much.